I actually really liked this movie. It is probably my favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, besides the first two, the originals. Nothing can beat those. I honestly can't decide if I like the second movie better or the first movie better. Because I was going to say the second one, but at the same time, the first one's really iconic and really good too. But let's talk about this movie now. This movie is a prequel, but a sequel to the movie I just reviewed, the 2003 version, which was complete trash, in my opinion. I actually really liked this one. The characters were decently likable. I didn't absolutely love them. They didn't have a lot of character development, but they were actually interesting characters that I liked and didn't want them to die. So it sucked that I knew they were gonna die because this was a prequel. So I knew that none of the Sawyer family was gonna get killed, Leatherface, any of them. I just knew they were probably gonna get their injuries that we saw in the 2003 version, which I was right. The old man got his legs cut off because he got shot in the legs. So they just sawed him off with a chainsaw. Perfect reaction. Then, the other dude gets his face slammed on the ground like a bunch of times. Mirroring a previous scene in the movie where he quotes everything that douchebag was saying to him. I do think this is a really good movie, but the first 20 minutes uses the R slur a lot. It's dropped at least 4 times, maybe more. I don't think that was necessary, but they did it, so I had to talk about it. The movie follows 2 couples. 2 of them are brothers. They're not dating. I worded that weirdly. 2 brothers and their girlfriends. And, one of them wants to go to Vietnam, the other one doesn't. And he's gonna chicken out last minute. He just hasn't had the balls to tell his brother yet. I get that Vietnam is like a very dangerous thing, and going to war is a very serious thing, so I would get why anyone would want to back out of it. But at the last second, really, man? He was about to burn it while they're on their way there. Like, come on, man. That's a bit of a douchey thing to do to your brother. You should have talked to him while you were at the hotel or wherever they were at in the beginning of the movie when he was in the pool. But they end up getting stopped by this random robber that they met earlier at a gas station. But they actually were pretty good at fighting back, because one of them is going into war. He knows what he's doing, so he goes straight for a gun. He's not pulling over and getting robbed. He doesn't know how dangerous this girl is. He doesn't know what she wants. We only find out she wants to rob them after their car crashes because there's a cow in the middle of the road and they run into it, and that's what causes their car to crash. It's a crazy sequence of events, and I really like it. And then we meet the sheriff not too long after. She tries to play it off, and she's like, hey, guys, just listen to me, and I won't have to kill the sheriff. But little does she know, this sheriff is a Sawyer, and she gets blasted. And that's the end of her. She does become a little bit of a plot point later, because the only character that did not stay in the wreck, because she flew out of the car, but miraculously survived and didn't have any serious injuries, which is a bit ridiculous. She had a few cuts on her arms, but yeah. Anyways, she eventually bumps into the motorcycle dude that was the robber's boyfriend, I mean. And, he's like, hey, my friends are kidnapped, you need to help me? And he tries to go away, and she's like, they have your girlfriend. So they end up going there. They split up because he doesn't want to help her friends. He just wants to help his girlfriend. So he just abandons her. And this is how we get the origin of how one of the Sawyers lost his legs. He gets shot in the legs. And he gets killed not too long after, not surprisingly, since he wasn't a big character. No, the final girl, unfortunately, gets killed by Leatherface near the end of the movie. Chainsaw through the back while she's driving, because she somehow didn't realize that Leatherface got in the car, because he got those good old teleporting skills. And the movie ends with a pretty badass shot with Leatherface just kind of looking at the destruction he caused, because when he killed her, there was also 2 people in the road. I guess a cop pulled over somebody, even though they already stated that all the cops here are dead because they all left the town. Because the only cop that was here got killed. They even make a joke about it, how he basically killed the whole sheriff department, since he's the only cop there and he killed them. Since like it's a shitty town, everybody fucking left it. That's how they're able to get away with this. They kill just people that are just passing through. And like nobody lives there. But apparently some of the people that were just passing through was, I guess someone maybe had weed, or maybe they were going over the speed limit, and they just got unlucky enough that a cop somehow was following them and pulled them over, and then they both got murdered. But the movie does end in a cool way, with Leatherface just kind of walking away slowly and dragging his chainsaw a bit. And it ends telling us how many people they killed. 33 people. Which is definitely a lot less than a previous movie. Texas Chainsaw 3, the trilogy. The original trilogy. Though, honestly, I don't see how the third one is connected to the other 2 at all. It's more of a prequel, is what it seems like. But in that one, they say there's at least 50, 60 bodies there. So, this new Sawyer family isn't as good as the old one. But overall, I do think this is a fantastic reboot. It is a bit dull at times, but overall, it is a really good movie.